This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? It's the word. I am your reality coach, and this is your shot of reality. But first, let me get into the chat. Lisa J, what up, though? Appreciate you. Didi in the building. Mr. West is in the building, y'all. Hold on. I'm right there by it.
Keith West is in the building, y'all. Welcome, Mr. West.
We got Mr. West in the building, y'all. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, shout out to Uncle Ray. Wake and Bake Uncle Ray. I apologize. I don't know if y'all heard this. I'm trying to get the phone fixed. Gotta charge it, and for some reason when I put it close to me, I start missing everything. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, yeah, shout out to Uncle Ray. Wake and Bake with Uncle Ray. I get off last night. I was chilling in this chat, and he was cooking. Brother was cooking. He was cooking. He made some good points. Uncle Ray always make a lot of good points. Cat Daddy, what up? Appreciate you. Bronze, what up? Appreciate you. Gary, bust it down, Brown. Appreciate you. Well, he was making some good points. And this is something, I always said. Like, I never, when it came to religion, I never tried to take anyone's beliefs or ideas away from them. But when it was weaponized against me, then I had to defend myself. Then we got to talk facts. That's different, right? But people always say because I don't believe in what they believe in and how they believe in things, that I don't have an understanding or concept, and that's not true. It's just with me, I'm comfortable with my understanding of my connection with my creator. So I don't feel the need to really put it on anybody else. I don't feel the need to explain it or really nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just that comfortable. But anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to share my understanding of the Creator, right? My understanding of God. And like I said, this ain't to take away from nobody because I have conversations with a lot of different people, and I can talk from a lot of different standpoints and understanding, even going to the analytical aspects of the religion or spiritual system. So I can have great conversations with people. I always do, and I believe just we all have our own path. We all even understand things a different way. So I don't believe no structure is truly bad, but when you begin to weaponize it against people because they don't believe in it, that's when it becomes an issue. So, like even the concept of God, right? For me, even when when I turn into like the Hebrew or the Christianity, um, when I go into that understanding, I actually use terms like Elohim and El Shaddai. I use Elohim when I'm meditating and I'm asking the Creator about creation because that's the form, that's the oldest word I can find for um, the Creator was Elohim. For me, that's the longest word I can find. So I do use the term Elohim, and I use El Shaddai in the aspect of when I need protection. I use the term El Shaddai because it is power in the word. It's power in the tongue. These words have frequencies. We tap into things seen and unseen with them. Believe it or not, just to even explain that, you can say something to someone and affect them emotionally. Is that not tapping into something unseen? If it make them feel good or bad, now you understand, like when they say the power of words, your words can change people's emotions. Literally, your words can change people's thoughts. Anti's in the building. What up, Nine? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. So, my understanding is much more. I don't put um, my understanding of the Creator. I go back to um, one of the 12 universal principles, which the first one, the divineness of one. The Creator is everything, is within everything, is expressed different ways to all of us. All of us have the essence of the Creator. That's how we create. We also got the aspect of destruction. The creation can be new or old. To create something new, you creating over something old. So that frequency, that vibe, the Creator created everything, and everything is an expression of the Creator. I'm a divine being having a human experience, sent here to expand creation in my own unique way. And to do that, I cannot disrupt anyone else's form of creation or really, truly destruction. It's not my mission. That's not what I'm here for. Different people here for different reasons. I'm here to enlighten, to educate, to keep it moving. So that's my path. So that's how I understand. So I don't, me personally, I choose not to put, like we was just over at Tay's, all right, and we was talking about how us as humans, how we learn, right? And we learn by associating things with things we already know. Most concepts are learned through associating it with another one, right? You use math to learn how to do timetables. So, I mean, even back in the ancient Kemetic days, right? When they say Egypt had all those gods, they didn't. Those were deities. And if you look up the word deity, going back into that time age, it meant divine principle. So now, if you look at that and understand what a divine principle is a story told to teach. So now, when you see they put animal heads on human bodies, it's different understandings, but the metaphysical, the academical, if you want to call it that, reason for that was because that animal represented something within that story. It was an aspect of man. All those animals we have aspects of all those animals within them. And that story is simply telling us at this point in time, this part came out, or this part was dominant, or this part was needed. It was to tell the story. And they associated it with man so we can understand, so we can relate, so we can um, take the information. That's how we learn. That's how we do now. When they write stories in Hollywood, they associate it to something you going through, something you desire to do. Why do we pay athletes all this money to do stuff that we do on Saturday outside? We living through them. But so I don't associate no human characteristics with the creator. For me, I don't. I don't do that because I think the creator is far beyond a human characteristic, a look. Uh, I just think it's far beyond that. And to understand uh, different aspects of the creator, I believe it was expressed through stories, through people's perspective. That's what all stories are. Anything written down was written down from the perspective of the writer. That's just fact. So no matter who wrote anything, it was their perspective. It was their imagery, their understanding, their observation, their knowledge, their wisdom. Um, it was their perspective. So the only thing you can truly do is understand and learn, but you can't live their perspective. You can learn from their perspective. This is my understanding. This is just me. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm just saying me. I'm just telling you how my brain processed and how I came to conclusions of what I did. So even understanding a lot of the ancient story, I just seen correlations where it was really the same story, just told different ways. And I began to understand that just like these people observe, that I can do the same. So I start looking within, and then I start understanding a lot of what the stories were saying. It led me to understanding some different things, but that was still their perspective, and it was different for me a lot of times. A lot of times things just worked a little different, um, just like I'm pretty sure everyone else. You know, and I began to understand, and it gave me peace to understand that, like, I have a connection with the Creator. You know, I choose to say Creator, and that's because I just read too much sometimes, and sometimes study too much. So I use different terms for different reasons. I try to be as purposeful as possible. Um, so you either hear me say Creator or Elohim. When I talk to people, I talk about the Elohim. You know, that's a very unique word. Even the structure, the way you say it. To say Elo, you have to take in the breath. To say Him, you speak out. So God blew breath into Adam, and when Adam animated, Adam blew breath out. Elohim, the whole ritual of life, of the Creator. Us having the essence of the Creator is basically an extension of the Creator. So the Creator is within all of us, and all of us are a part of the Creator, expressing the desires of creation in different ways. This is my understanding. And some of us get lost, right? Because we start helping other people create what they were sent to create. We get lost. We get off our path. He's Dad. What up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We can get knocked off our own path. And begin helping people create things for themselves. And we ain't on mission, so different things start happening. We become untouched and untuned from the Creator. Then we start seeking the Creator outside of ourselves. That for me personally, like I said, everyone has a different journey, has a different path, and go get there a different way, right? So I don't believe my way is the only way or the best way. My way is just mine. It's what's designed and tailored for me. Only thing I can do is share the experience, share the understanding. And maybe some people take a little bit or take none, but I hope it gives clarity, because I don't care if you believe in the leprechaun off of the Frosted Lucky Charms box. That's not, as long as you're a good person and the leprechaun gives you morals and values and you ain't out here doing nothing to hurt nobody. What's wrong with that? That's how I always looked at life. It's just negative and positive. Those are two forces that exist. So I'm never gonna sit here and say everyone can be in a kumbaya state. No, it's always gonna be, excuse my French, fuck shit. Always. It was like that Since the beginning of time, it's gonna be like that to the end. Those are two forces that exist. It just go happen. That's just what it is. On many different levels, not just human, not just animals. You know, animals hunt and kill one another. Survival of the fittest. That's just what it is. Insects do it. You know, stronger entities prey on weaker entities. That's just what it is. Your body do it. It's cells in your body to do it. So that's just something natural that's gonna happen. So understanding that, I just decided to make myself stronger, smarter, and wiser. You know, I understand people go try to take advantage of me, people go try to hurt me. Oh well, that's part of life. I've been long as you stay course, you know. Do I feel like God protects me? Um, I've been through too much in life to say I haven't been watched over. I haven't been watched over. I've been through too much in life to say um, things happen. Um, but I'm not gonna say God favored me. He don't favor the little kids to get. You know, I can't rationalize that. That can't be rationalized. Um, but I will say I understand that we all here for a purpose, and sometimes even though we may look at things and not understand it, it's almost in divine order for certain things to happen. You know, like when I lost my eyesight, that initial shock, man, yeah, I was straight. I was like, man, I ain't about to go through this. I'm straight. I had a good life. Oh well, that's how I felt. And then I looked at my son like, man, I got a kid. Hey, Eats in the building. What up, sis? Miss Tracy, how you doing? Sparky's in the house. Appreciate you. You know, I looked at my son like, you know what? I just got to make it happen. And I did. You know, my son motivated me. You know, but that initial shock, I was like, I'm straight. You know, like I didn't even want to fight. I was just like, just thinking, like, should I have fun? That's how I was thinking. Like, I ain't about to live like this. But then it's like, it's not even bad. You know, not even bad. It could have been a lot worse. Then you start thinking like that, you know, after that initial shock. That's why I keep saying it. That initial shock. Because you have hope. And when that hope is snatched from under you, that's when that shock come in. You just an old positive person. Like, this will work out. And then, like, just being in the medical field, certain terms they say, I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna never see it again. And my eyesight gonna get worse and worse. The little sight I got might go. Like, it was just like hit me all at once. And I'm not like I don't even know how to like I do a lot with my hands, my hand eye coordination. I do a lot, you know, work on houses, I work on cars, I do martial arts, um, I whittle, you know. I mean, it's just so much I did. I love like drive cars. You ain't never drove a car over 150 miles per hour. You ain't never drove a car. My stepfather used to build hot rods. Yeah, my bad. I don't know what I did. I pushed the wrong, made a mistake and pushed the button. But yeah, my stepdad used to build hot rods, so I was really into car. And in the city, I don't know if PIA or 755 in there, but by the city airport is like a strip of like 3, 4 in the morning. You know, it was like a lot of um, allegedly drag racing going on. Um, so yeah, just going up and down that strip, driving fast. The car almost lifted up off the ground. Like I felt the car lifting up. I'm like, oh, I lost it. I wrapped the car around a pole before, like wrapped it. Like I don't even know how. Like the whole side of the passenger car. Like I didn't I didn't get a scratch on me, but like the passenger seat was damn near in my lap. But like I didn't the way the car bent and the way I don't know, it just didn't I didn't get hurt. But I was able to get out the car. But it literally damn near wrapped around the pole. Like even that is like if somebody was in the car with me, they would have been out of there. You know, luckily I was by myself doing stupid stuff. Yeah, if somebody was definitely in the car with me, they would have been out of there. The passenger seat was damn near in my lap. So something, something was watching over me. But yeah, I don't like for me. I don't give the creator no human aspect. Um, I understand all the texts and the doctrine. Like I said, I don't knock nobody else, but I believe in a higher being, a higher power. I believe in the Elohim, if that's what you choose to call it. Um, some people call it the universe. Some people call it consciousness. Some people call it the one. The all. I do understand that, and just my perspective, everything is just an expression of that. That's so I don't believe in no Satanism and none of that stuff. Man. I believe in none of that. I believe in doing good by people. I believe in putting that good positive energy out. Um, I believe I tell my philosophies if I can't help you, I'm not gonna hurt you. I rather walk away. I try to only function in areas where I can be productive and I can benefit from. I'm being honest. Other than that, why be there? I should be able to learn or grow from the people I go around, even if it's having good vibes. I like going to some places on here because they just got good vibes. You know, and you can kick it, watch people play video games, listen to people play music, and you just kicking it. Good conversation in the chat, especially with how messed up the world is. I don't really. This is why none of that stuff bothers me because I don't even focus on it. I focus on what I do want, what I do desire, and I put myself in position to have it. I'd rather go chill with somebody who got 3, 4 people in their chat and they chilling playing a video game. Than go chill with somebody with um, thousands of people in their chat and I'm not gaining nothing from it. Like I don't know. I can't do that. That's just me. I'm just talking for me. And good vibration, uh, that's priceless. It's been around good people, especially when I can go somewhere and learn something, get a different perspective. It's so much stuff I don't know, so much stuff I don't understand. So being able to go to different people and see different things, I enjoy that. And a lot of times I don't try to disrupt nobody. So sometimes I just sit in the bushes, and just watch. But I had to get an Uncle Ray's check because he was spitting fire, you know, and it humbled me because he was like, "Man, yeah, I've been seeing you. You grew. I appreciate you, bro. You spitting some. You deserve it. You be spitting some good." He said, "I don't be in the chat because people don't like my perspective a lot." And he was saying that he gave his perspective about the TD Jakes thing, right? He was just saying those without a sin cast the first stone. That's how he felt, And then people jumped all down his throat, and it's like it's weird, man. Like when do we come into an age where a man can't have his own opinion? Like have your own opinion. Like why can't you have your own opinion? Like and why does it have to be a debate? Why can't we just have a discussion? Okay, you tell me your point, I tell you my point, and then we move forward. It's like people want to dominate, people want to be right, people like man, look, I deal with what's right. I don't care about who's right. Anybody can be right at any given time. That's like the truth, in my opinion. The realest one is in the building. What up, bro? My bad, bro. I didn't even see you. My bad. My bro in the building. But that's like, this is what the truth is to me, right? What a bunch of people agree to. Anything can be truth. It was truth one time that Christopher Columbus found America. That was true at one time. That was actually true. Put it in books and everything. But it wasn't a fact. Because when you read, like, hold on, you came here and people was here. So it was a fact there was people here. So you didn't find it. Oh, well, he discovered it for England. Then they got with the wordplay. Well, he didn't find it, he discovered it. How do you discover? Oh, well, he discovered it because England didn't know what it was. Okay, well, that's how they explained that away. My bad, I'm going through the chat real quick. Did I get you, Miss Tracy? And Miss Tracy was kicking it with us earlier on another app. Shout out to Miss Tracy. Y'all make sure y'all go check Miss Tracy out. Can we get her link in the chat, please? Yeah, y'all can drop y'all links. Y'all can share links too. Okay. Yeah, but even like the conversations we have over here. I don't be caring if people have different of opinion. I don't care if people don't agree with what I say. All I be told is just be respectful. Be respectful. And how does that look? We talked all about that. Understand a person's perspective usually comes from their own personal experience. So it's gonna be different. It'll be situations. I know people will be like, "Oh, you stupid," because somebody had a gun in my face. I just give them what I want. Well, I took the gun. I took the gun from them because I could take a gun. You can't. So fuck am I stupid? You stupid for learning not how to defend yourself and allowing somebody to stick a damn gun in your face. But I ain't saying all that, right? Because my experience is different. I know different shit than they do. My balls are built different from there. So I'm gonna move different. But I don't judge nobody. If somebody got a weapon pointed to them and gave them up and lived, I'm not judging them. People, as soon as you say something about your experience, they want to say what they would have did. Well, you wasn't there to do it, so this is what happened. It's done and over with anyway. And one more thing too. Debating hypotheticals. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me to debate a hypothetical. Blended, how you doing, sis? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Definitely, we want to share Miss Blended. Definitely want to share Miss Blended. But yeah, debating a hypothetical situation. That's just disaster to me. At the 9%, we have discussions for this point, for this very point. My way might not work for you, right? My way, what I say, that might not work with you. But if I get Brother Keith up here, he give you another perspective. If I get the sister Blended up here, she give you another perspective. If I get Tay Eats and Ty up here, they give you another. Guess what? Now we got more ways to attack a problem. That's what makes sense to me. So I prefer discussion and allowing people to have their opinion. We can ask questions. Yeah, of course. You know why? Because questions bring clarity. If you see how me and my sister, me and Tay play all the time, like I will go over there, like I come to debate. And I come over there to ask questions to get clarity. That's all that means. She'll do the same thing. But the vibe is good because we're making each other, like when she asks me questions, I can go deeper into the information. Same thing with her. So we can ask questions and actually produce more solutions if that's the intent. But if the intent is to show who wrong and who right, well, that's not building to me. To me, that's not building. To me, that's just me trying to prove somebody wrong. I don't really care. I don't know. We all built different. And I'm talking about me. Make this go viral. Make this go viral. Miss V is in the house. Y'all know that's our YouTube specialist. Her link is constantly getting dropped in the chat by Nightbot. Please go check her out because guess what? A better you is a better us. The better we are individually, the better we are collectively. Even on this YouTube thing. That's why me and my sisters getting together and we building, you know. And Miss V is a vital part of that because that is our YouTube specialist. She let us know everything that's going on. She let us know what it is and what it ain't, what we can do, what we can't do. You know, having that because let's be honest, how many people actually read the policy? None. But guess what? Miss V did because she read over there. So if you ain't got one, you ain't got a Miss V, you ain't got a YouTube specialist, and you trying to do something with YouTube, nanny boo boo. Go get with Miss V. Shout out, sis. But yeah, so even that, right? Just let people have their own opinion. And if that's like this, that's what these spaces are. When you see the 9% brand, that's what we do. That's just what we do. We motivate, we educate, we inspire, and we gonna have some fun doing it. You know? So yeah, we talk about everything, anything and everything, any aspect of life. I don't know it, Tay don't know it, Anti don't know it, if Keith don't know it, we gonna go get Sensei. If Sensei don't know it, we gonna find other people to know it because we desire solutions. We like to solve problems. It's fun. So that's what we do, right? Ms. V, the education aspect, you know, the education, motivating over there, pushing us in these challenges. That's how your boy got 32. That's how I got that Magic Johnson number. Is doing them challenges over there with Ms. V, being held accountable. Look, if you want to be successful, you got to get down with the get down. You got to put the work in. And that's why I enjoy Ms. V because she right there putting it in with you know. So shout out to Ms. V again. Big Mike in the building. What up, Mike? Appreciate you. Shout out to Mike, man. Y'all gonna show my boy Mike some love. We're gonna try to get him popping over here. That's family from over on the Bigo side. But yeah, but this is what I tell people too. And this is just my understanding. Like I said, we all on our own personal journey, but we all experience life together too. Right? So it's multiple things happen in the same space with multiple people. So the key for me is always to be able to relate to people. You know, have something in common, so we can build off of that, right? But even doing that, I understand. You know, we all different. We all different, right? So we all have differences about it. But that shouldn't, as long as it doesn't violate people's boundaries, morals, or values, that shouldn't keep us separated. Because we still got some of the same issues, and we'll have to tackle some of the same problems. And in my opinion, the reason we're in the condition that we're in now is because just like a hand, right? Fingers are separated, and we slapping at the problem. We haven't came together like a fist and knocked them out. But that's why I talk about what we talk about. That's why I talk about what I talk about. It's hard to come together if we all having different issues simultaneously. You know, some of us got trust issues. Some of us got deeper issues. Some of us ain't got no issues. It just having to deal with other people's issues is hard. So there's many different variables of why we can't come together. But the main reason is because of us on an individual level. It will take people individually to say, you know what, I'm gonna suck it up and I'm gonna play my part. I'm gonna play my role. I'm not gonna be selfish. You can't be selfish in any type of group. You can't. It's just not gonna work unless you're a dictator. Now, if you running a dictatorship, you know that's like, you know, even with me and my sisters, right? I can't expect them to support me and help me because I got the most subs and I don't go support and help them. Like, oh, I'm just the top dog and, you know, y'all get the scraps. Nah, We ain't built like that. I'm gonna put time into them just like they put time into me. We literally a unit. Just as much time as I put into them, they put it right back into me. And ain't none of us slack. We all getting something. We all get the benefit. And we understand we all gonna have our turn. It's just cycles. There's rhythm. That's the universal principle, the law of rhythm. Get comfortable with it. You're gonna have ups and downs. That's just what life is. It's something that's tangible. We observe that. That's rhythm. That's guaranteed. So if it's my turn to go up, I'm gonna be prepared to go down and support who the next person up, and then the next person, and then until it's my turn again. It's progression for all of us. Oh yeah, Miss V, I'm telling you, Blended. Almost anything you want to know is over there. Anything on a congrats to Anti, what she do? What must this say? Anti, what you do? You ain't beat nobody up today? What you win? Oh. But yeah, so that's all we doing. Yeah, so I ain't no Satan worshiper or nothing like that. People see my email. Look, sixes are a significant number to me. Six has been around me my whole life. I'm a master number, but I'm also a life path 6. So my address, I grew up at 231. That's it. I'm not gonna tell you the rest of the stuff. Even my social security number is 666. I got 3 sixes in that. 6 has just always been around. In science, if you look at the periodic table, you'll look at the molecular structure of carbon, and you'll notice that 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 utons. What is carbon? The base form of melanin. We have carbon in our body. We are carbon creatures. Melanated people are. Anyway, so 6 has always been around. So just because somebody else don't understand it, I'm not gonna run from it. This is my truth. I don't knock nobody else for believing in the Easter bunnies or none of that stuff. So leave me alone. I do not worship no devil though. Yeah, I looked at my whatchamacallit, my hidden. I wonder if I can recover the one I deleted because I just deleted it, wasn't thinking of it. But dude said I was a devil worshiper. I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but I heard that before. People said it. I had 2 people say it in my face. I had people say it behind my back, which is fine. Because guess what? Same people talking behind my back. Um, they believe in Jesus. So guess what? They did the same thing to Jesus Christ. In fact, they crucified him. I ain't letting y'all that close to me crucify me. I'm straight. Y'all ain't making me no murder. And that's what I try to tell people. I mean, you can sit here all day. And that's the thing too. Right? Is the way people think. Right? Like I'm not coming on here being I can't compete with no YouTuber on here. I'm trying to compete with the production company like the ESPNs and stuff on here. I mean that's where I see myself competing at. And I'm trying to make it to that level. So I'm not really looking at nobody lower than that. I mean CNN, Fox, looking at companies who do YouTube. I'm trying to get those numbers. So I'm straight. That's what I'm looking at. So I don't compete with nobody. I try to compliment people because I do recognize that I have skills and resources, and other people do too. So if I'm willing to barter, share, Maybe other people share with me. I always give what I expect to receive or what I desire to receive. Um, I always give it first. I put it out there to prove to the universe that I deserve it. To prove, if you want to call it the universe or the creator. Um, that's just how I move. If I want respect, I always give it first. People I deal with, even a complete stranger, I'm gonna give respect, dignity to that person because that's what I desire. So if I give it to the person, they can't give it back. I know I'm interacting with the wrong people. That's just how I look at life. So, um, that's just how I move. I believe everything is precious, especially life. All life is precious. But, I don't believe. That's why I say I don't try to harm no one. If I say I can't help someone, I'm not gonna hurt them. I ain't gonna. I don't truly believe in criticizing anything or anybody. I don't really believe in it. I don't judge. I just see things for what it is. You know, like I said, I understand good and bad. I understand it's necessary for evil to triumph at times. That sounds crazy, but bad things happen. Um, Sometimes it's necessary. You know, a death is always bad, but if one is preserving life or protecting life, it occurs, right? I mean, so do you defend an innocent life by taking a life threatening, or do you allow the life threatening to take the innocent life? Either way it goes, the loss of life is bad, and that just exists. It just exists. You can try to rationalize it and everything, but I'm not even doing that no more. I'm just understanding things exist and become aware of it. You can prevent things by understanding. Um, you can't prevent all things. Things will happen. That's just the way life is. But what I'm saying is, you can better your chances that it don't happen by taking different precautions, being prepared for different things. You know, God is dead in the building. Oh yeah, God is dead. That's my sis, man. That is my sis. Yeah, make sure. I don't think Ms. V, you can drop your crime show channel in here too. Hey, it'd be lit over there too. Ms. V got two great channels. Make sure we checking both of them out. Um, and look, man, if y'all know anybody who doing this YouTube thing, just remember, if you rock over here, you got a YouTube support too. So just let them know about Ms. V and tell them the nonsense. She'll look out for you. That's not like a promo code, but that's a I know where you came from code. Yeah, but living life can teach you a lot, and that's what the thing is too. Just experiencing life, you know. Anybody who wrote anything down did it through observation. I mean, you can do it too. You can. Your experiences are significant. They are meaningful. Everyone. You didn't go through what you went through for no reason. So all of our experiences are unique, and they can be fruitful, if not for us, for someone else. I've been told different things I experienced that I shared, and people just heard like, "Oh, you overcame that." It gave them strength, and it gave them understanding too. Gave people hope. So you never know who your story may touch. You never know in which way. It can touch in a positive way, and a person can grow. It can help them through some dark times. You never truly know. And it's sad that we living in a day and age with this internet um, that we have the capability of reaching out and interacting with so many different people, and we can get so much done, but it's just sad that we don't on a high level, you know. Um, Thinking about just the opportunity. Imagine, man. Yeah, we don't take advantage of it, but I think most of us. I mean, we doing it right over here. So all we can do is set an example. You know, create an environment where people can thrive in. You know, nobody got to worry about them sharing their opinion about something and they getting decapitated or video will be none of that will happen. Share your opinion, as long as it's respectful. I don't understand why. I just don't feel the need to disrespect people. I just don't like. I don't just look at people like, "Hey, he look fun to disrespect." That's weird to me. Like people be having all this anger and don't know what to do with it, and it be a lot of it, and it's so cliche, right? So cliche, but most of it stem from childhood. Most of it stem from childhood. People still working on things from childhood. Some people haven't started working on. Some people don't believe in working on that. They just keep going around hurting other people with their pain. So that's why I say, man, I ain't trying to save the world. I can't do it. I'm just trying to spit some sauce, and whoever want it, they can have it. And I did my part. You know, because you even if you give them the information, you can't make them use it. You can give people all the tools they need to chisel out a perfect life for themselves. And some people will still not use the tools. They'll try to find an easier way to sculpt it, to make the sculpture versus manually doing it, even though they got the perfect tools for the job. That's why most people get led. They got that herd mentality. They call it a worship gene. That's ultimately what happened. Yeah, yeah, realist, you can definitely jump up there. Lack of growth, yes, brother Keith. And you know what, man? And that's why I tell people, like, that's why it's important to understand a person. Like, bro, do you understand how, like I keep saying this concept, right? Understand a person's intention, understand a person's motive, understand why they doing it. And I used to tell myself that, but it took me a while because you be in the heat of in a moment when things initially happen, you feel some type of way. So it took me a while, but the more I practice it, the more I began to think. Like, soon as somebody says something ignorant towards me, the first thing I think of is like, what are they getting out of it? Like, what are they getting out of it? Before I respond or react, I'm thinking like, what are they getting out of it? As soon as I identify it, then I just attack it. uh, like it's like most of the time, people want to dominate you, right? They want to get you to have a reaction, and a lot of time I'm like this all the time. I stay even when stuff get rowdy, I'm still like that. And once the person see they can't shake me or move me, they usually disappear. They straight disappear. They drop off, and it's like, yeah, that don't work. I understand the motive, and a lot of times the people be angry and mad. Like, you can't just. The only thing that comes out of you is what's in you. So even if I'm out and about, somebody step on my shoe, I ain't gonna be like, mother effer, you done stepped on my. I won't do that. I'll be like, oh man, you stepped on my shoe. And depending on the circumstance, it is what it is. But I ain't about to risk my life if somebody stepped on my shoe, my life or my freedom. Some people ignorant, some people ain't. Some people apologize. I've never, no one has never stepped on my shoe and I said, excuse you, and a confrontation happened. Now I have stepped on someone's shoe and apologized, and we still had a confrontation. That only happened once though. That person was just angry and wanted to fight. But I'm just saying, I've never had somebody step on my shoe and um, even if they, was ignorant, had a desire to take it any further. Because I'm looking like, okay, it's a shoe. Even if they did it on purpose, they want a reaction. 9 times out of 10, people ain't got nothing to live for. They have a thing, off by cop now. Like people really, they do that. They do stupid stuff and get off by cop. So who am I? Like, I'm gonna lose my freedom in my life because people don't value theirs. Like, I don't know. Maybe that clicked when my mind fully developed. But I'm like, man, I'm just stay away from these type. Stay away from these type of people because people will make you put hands on them. But think about it. What if that's their intention because they have nothing else to lose? And you got everything. You got a wife. You got a family, a 401k. You got good dental insurance. You about to throw all this away because this MF don't care about their life. For what? This is what I had to realize. It didn't make sense. They win anywhere they go. They win. I lose. I lose. So I began to recognize, like, okay, it's just people out here who on crash time. They have nothing to live for. Just stay away from people like that. What they say, never deal with people who ain't got nothing to lose. Ain't that one of them old sayings? I remember my dad telling me, never keep friends around who ain't got nothing to lose. And I'm like, what that mean? That's what he was saying. And he get passed on, yeah. Those type of people disrespecting others comes as simple as the handshake with no consequences. Yes, definitely. Go out the window for the fools with no common sense. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Until that court date and that sentencing, and when they crying and oh, I can't believe I did. Like, man, nah. I had to learn how to think. I had to learn how to think because, like I said, especially when people see potential in you and they don't have it, they go want to try to hold you down and pull you down and keep you on their level. There's so many different reasons why people come at you. Just know it's coming. That's why I always tell people, put quicksand around you. And it's not hard. And it's nothing malicious. But just be true to who you are. And accept things for what they are and see things for what they are. Accept things for what they are and see things for what they are. And I believe as long as you always have good intent, that's like, the easiest way to defend anything that combats me. Because I did nothing wrong. What did I do to you? What? Can't say nothing. Because I ain't did nothing. I'm focused on what I'm supposed to do. That's it. And it's already hard enough to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. And then, but that just comes with growth, right? Adversity. Anytime you grow in something, it gets harder and harder and harder the higher you go. School. Think about just growing as a human being. The older we get, the more responsibilities we get. You know, so that's just natural. With growth comes change. The same things you do in your 20s, you won't be doing in your 30s, and you definitely won't be doing in your 40s. In your 50s, 60s, or 70s. All those years, different things will occur. It should. They all different seasons, different cycles. Some people be stuck, though. Some people be in their 60s, still in their 15, 20-year-old cycle. But, that's them. Ain't nothing for me to judge, but you just recognize it. I don't usually have good interactions with people like that because then they want to force their age on me, like just because they're older than me, that they better or know more. And it's like, that's not fact. That's not factual. You can say you've been on the planet longer than me, but you can't say you experienced more than me unless you experience more. Experience is experience. That's just what it is. Now, if you say you experienced time longer than me, that's one thing. But I've been a lot of different places, seen a lot of different things, read a lot of different books, and I had a lot of different experiences. So you can't take that from me. I can't take that from nobody else. But that just don't equate. I mean, if you ain't did nothing with it, then it is what it is. I don't even know what I'm talking about that. But anyway, yeah, that was my chop up. That's just my understanding. I'm surprised Tay ain't bombarded me with questions yet. But yeah, I just wanted to dig into that. And like I said, everybody, whatever works for you in life, if you believe, if you don't believe, I know some atheists that are really good people, like really good people. Hell of a philanthropist. What is the word? They donate a lot of money, a shit ton of money, to different organizations. Um, so yeah, but the atheists, they don't believe in no God. No, they don't believe in nothing. They say when they die, they just die. They don't care. They not here no more. Why would they even care? Why would they have? That's just how they live it. But they do right by people. They don't have a bad bone in their body. They adopted a couple kids, and like I said, they donate a lot of money. So no matter what gets you to being that good person and contributing to, I guess you want to call it society. We all contribute. Expand creation in our own unique way. So whatever way you do that, I appreciate it. As long as it make you a good person. It's just when people start weaponizing it, like we all can have our own beliefs. Why do we? I don't see, like me, for instance. This is just me talking. I'm just talking for me. Hold on, let me put this up. Philanthropist, yeah, my bad. Philanthropist. Did I say that right? Philanthropist. I ain't gonna lie. I was chewing some food, and I know I couldn't say. What was I doing? Gary, you made me realize I forgot what I was about to do. Oh, I was about to play anti.
Subscribers, listen to me. Listen, subscribers, listen. We ain't talking about y'all, okay? We are talking to the collective. We are not singling nobody out. We are talking to a whole. When we get up here, we are talking to everybody. So if something hits your soul, that means that may be something you need to work on. Okay.
Yeah, so I just feel like this, right? Um, Whatever makes a person a good person, that's what they that's their path. That's what works for them. Different things will work for different people. Um, I just don't believe that it's a one size fit all for anything because it's been proven it's not. And with me personally, like I choose like belief is not for me. I'm not into belief. It never benefited me. I have to know things, and when I don't know things, I get to know it. those are the only options I give myself. So I have to know certain things. I have to experience it a lot of times. I have to put things into practice. And doing that, I begin to understand things differently. Like more, uh, I get more clarity because everything transfers, right? That's why, like, when people say, I've never cheated on any woman I've been with, I've been cheated on physically or emotionally because I believe cheating shows lack of discipline and structure. Like, me cheating is a big knock against myself. I've never cheated on a test, never cheated in the game, and none of that. That's just a part of me. I don't believe in. So I've always been willing to put the work in. So, like, researching and studying, I just had to know things. That's the only way things work for me, if I know. So even to say I believe in what I believe in, for me, it's not I believe as I know. But to have conversations with people, I have to use phrases like believe, if I'm making sense. Because I can't tell you what I know without you experiencing it. Most people won't experience things because they won't try things. And even when they try things, it, the reality is it works. You have to put in, just like anything. Like, people like talk about meditating. I can go into a meditation. I can go into a deep meditation within 2 minutes. But that's because I've been meditating for almost 15 years. Almost longer than that. Close to 20 years. I did different forms of meditation. So I look at even the process of meditation. People say clear your mind. For me, I tell, like, when I teach, well, I don't teach meditation, but when I talk to people about it, tell them to focus on a single object. Create. That's how you clear your mind. The object is to get everything that's not inside, not your own internal thought. It's to clear out all the outside noise. That's why they say clear your mind. But you know how hard it is to do that? But what you actually do is focus on one single thing, and then that clears everything else out. Begin to design your inner world. Best form of meditation practice and starting to getting it, like learning to meditate, create images in your head. Nothing but those images. And you would notice, damn, hour went past. Won't even know. As long as I ever meditated, I forgot probably about like 4 or 5 hours straight. It's different when you doing like spiritual walks. I don't count that as meditation session. But like just chilling, meditating, and it didn't even feel like it. Felt like it was like 10, 15 minutes. Oh, wow. So like even like meditation and stuff like that, like when you practice it, you learn different ways that maybe other people. This is why I say it's so important to observe life for yourself. Even if you read books and stuff, um, take that as like guides, gaining understanding, gaining awareness, right? Use that like that. I'm reading this to gain awareness and understanding. So when you experience, you have at least a reference, right? But then you can have your own perspective on it and see it for what it is and how it worked for you. Yeah. And see, and then that's another meditation technique. When you go to try to meditate, a lot of times things that you have buried will pop up, and that gives you the opportunity to address those too. Believing and knowing it. So believing, um, with belief. Now check this out. I'm gonna break it down a couple ways, right? But believing, uh, believing is you have to have faith with it, right? Because it's not something that can be proven, but you can feel it, right? So it comes from an emotion. Believe, actually stems from our emotions. We feel belief. That's what faith is, blind faith. That we just know whatever we believe is true, even though we don't have full evidence, right? We don't have full evidence like we can prove this, because if we can, it wouldn't be a belief no more. It'd be a fact. Anything we can prove can be fact. So knowing is factual. So belief stems from emotion. Knowing stems from logic, from thought. So um, knowing something, it can be proven. That's why it's known. But a belief is something that, I don't want to use the term assume, but something that more or less we feel, but we can't 100% prove it. But with faith, we move forward. So belief needs faith. That's why belief and faith is almost, it's not interchangeable. They work hand in hand. Only a person with faith believes. A man with no faith would never believe anything. Mm-hmm. And see, Gary, now see, I didn't want to say that because I actually used that in a debate. I actually used this in a debate. That whole concept, belief leads doubt. And I was proving why people force their beliefs onto people because they don't even believe in them. Miss Queen Sunkiss is in the building. Yeah, that's why I deal with the knowing. And I just have to know. And then I just look at it as in progress too. Like things I don't know. I don't really deal too much with belief. But then it's like it's some things you you want to know and some things you don't, right? I just thought about that one. Sometimes there's things you want to know and some things you don't. Everybody can't know everything. That can't be. I mean, some people have to believe in. Okay, some people need belief. Everyone can't know. How you want to be treated? Exactly. That part right there, bro. Now check this out. Even that concept, right? Like I was sitting back. I always hear people say that, right? I'm gonna treat people like I want to be treated. But then people, when you see them interact, it's like that's how you want to be treated. Like when I say that, I mean I want to be respected for my individuality because I'm gonna respect you for yours. When that's what that's saying means. Not how you think a person should be treated, but you want that person to treat you and respect you for your individuality, and you respect them for theirs. Like we was talking last night. Respect is a cornerstone. It's not. It's the pillar of the foundation. Respect is what you build the foundation with. That's what you build the foundation on top of. Is respect when you interacting with people. If you can't do that, you building with the wrong person. Because that respect is gonna go. It's go. When things go bad, that respect is what's gonna keep people level headed. Give people benefit of the doubt. Make people compassionate. Make people understanding. That's what that respect go do. Belief is overstanding. Knowing is understanding, which leads you understanding. That's just my viewpoint. It's like you worked it backwards, though. I see what you're saying, though. Believe. Yeah, I see. I see how you correlate it. Is the steps I believe in: believe, faith, know. You believe to have faith to know. Huh? That's a formula. That's actually uh, what is it called? Uh, they teach that in Freemasonry. You know that? Did you know that, Gary? That's a actual formula. It's a trinity in Freemasonry. Belief. You believe to have faith to know. It's like one of the. It's like the steps to information. Like you will believe, which will give you faith. Your faith will allow you to know. To keep practicing until you know. What are Masons at? And see, that's dope. I think that's dope right there. Now, see, Gary, that can be that can be in the book of Gary. Book of Philosophies written by Gary. Yep, that can definitely be put in the book of Gary. Book of Philosophies by Brother Gary Busted Down Brown. Man, y'all don't know the potential y'all really have, man. We just be sitting here spitting, kicking sauce. You know what I'm saying? If the other people listen to us making millions of dollars off of what we don't even know it. Oh man, making bread off our concept. We ain't. But yeah, I just wanted to share that tonight. I was gonna do a chop up, but like I said, Uncle Ray, man, shout out to Wake and Bake with Uncle Ray. He had me, man. I fell asleep listening to him. Woke up, he was still spitting so nonstop. You know, I appreciate that, brother. Um, that's like for me. Um, and it was humbling too because like he always hit me in the comments, you know, good show and stuff like that. But when he seen me in the chat, it was like um, it was humbling. You know, he was telling me, you know, keep pushing. He enjoyed my content. Like you don't know who watching you. You know, like every now and then, you know, he you know comment. But I mean, the way he was talking, it was humbling. You know, so you know, I just always try to be grateful, and appreciate it. So you know, this show right there, he inspired it. You know, he was talking about you know what God meant to him, and we had similar views. You know, he don't believe God is a physical being, you know, sitting in heaven. He believes it's much more than that, and I understand him, you know, because I feel the same way. But it's not to knock how anyone else feels about their God. That's just our perspective, and they don't make no view or opinion no better or worse. Everyone has the right tools for them to use. You know, however it worked for you. If it worked for you, then good for you. You know, good for me for the way it worked for me. That's just how I look at it. But um, yeah, I just wanted to share that. But I ain't gonna be over here too long. I wasn't even gonna get on. Yeah, you gotta write it down, Gary. I'm telling you, man. You never know who your words will touch, man. You never know who. I mean, you might. You just never know, brother. You definitely touch somebody's hearts with your words, bro. I'm telling you, I feel the energy. You know, I feel the energy, bro. Your words touch me. Just the humbleness, the way knowing, like you and Keith, man. You Keith really, you know. Shout out to the brothers, man. This is why I appreciate y'all because um, we come around, we have differences of opinions, different perspectives, but we also set a goddamn good example on how brothers should be able to have differences of opinions and operate and function and interact with one another respectfully. That I can't not tell you how much I appreciate that, because it takes just more than me to show the example of how it can be done. And with you brothers, it is consistent, you know. And I can't do nothing but say thank you. And it's humbling, because ultimately, if we want things to change, sometimes we have to show people, give them an example, you know. And there's too many examples of brothers on here going at one another. So giving them this example, we did our part, you know. So I appreciate y'all brothers for that, man, on a consistent basis. And I'm not saying other brothers don't come over here, but I'm saying like these brothers right here, definitely Gary, definitely Realist, definitely Mr. West. Them brothers, I've never had no kind of, um, uh, I guess, negative interaction with them. Even when we always have difference of opinion, that's fine, you know. That's fine. But we don't argue, we don't fight, we don't debate, we don't tear one another down. You know, we build one another up. And that's the visuals that need to be seen, you know. And eventually people will start saying, you know, the right people, well, most people. You know, there's some people who say it, you know, it is what it is, but the right people will start saying it. And that to draw people over here, because I'm not going to sit here and just believe that people just get all this negativity and just want to see this BS all the time. I think people don't know they have different choices. So when they see it, recognize it, you know, they come join. That's what a lot of people do, you know. So that's how we building over here now. You know, at one point it was just little old me in here talking, me and two people maybe. You know, now we got 14, 13, we consistent with 7, 8 people. I'm fine with that. You know, information getting out. I'm still getting views after the show, so um, that's fine. I do want to get the information out because I believe it can help. You know, um, so but each one teach one. I'm trying, Miss Tracy, and I'm gonna stay on path, man. I ain't go. Look, I can promise you this one thing. And this is another reason I built the 9%. This is why we built the 9%. To solidify what we do, really, to solidify. Now we have to be more responsible, because now we're branded. Okay, but we serious about it. I believe what we doing on here, we can take it off here. I'm building a brand. We can touch more people. Websites, you know, just information. You know, look, I know we can't save the world, but we can impact it. You know, the people who looking for the information, we can get it to them, and it can't just be on YouTube. Everybody, even though it's a billion people, everybody ain't on YouTube. So we have to find more unique ways, but it's a brand. It's easier to get a message out in a brand than just me being the word. So I'm not playing with it. I've always been thinking like this. Um, like I said, I know I'm not going to help everybody or reach everybody, but if I can reach the right people, then I can help the right people. So, and it's not just me. Eventually, it's going to be an army. It'll be a whole bunch of 9%ers running around, you know, educating, motivating, and inspiring the world, doing our part. You know, that's what happened. I've spoken into existence. Might take a while, but hey, all good things come to those who wait, right? But let me get my butt off here. I don't know if Sis going live tonight. Um, that difference of opinion, that would be a problem. Exactly. You know, we're all grown men with a respectable mind and vision. That's why it works well, and that's facts, Keith. That's facts, brother. Hey, man, look, this is what I'm trying to tell people, bro. But look, I mean, people who've been here. If I change, it's all for a reason. It's for growth or to. Oh, Keith, why you drop down, brother? You can pop up, Keith. Not tonight. Okay. You know, you got to get a blind man a little minute. I got to find the cursor when people pop up. But yeah, you can pop up, brother. But but yeah, that's all it is, man. Just doing something positive in a positive way with purpose and intention. You know, we all can touch and affect people in different ways. If it's information, education, inspiration, knowledge, guidance, you never know who or who know what. You know, but here we go. Mr. West is in the building. What up?
What's going on, good brother? Word, how you doing tonight, good brother?
I am loving life, man. Loving life.
Yes, sir. I feel that. Hey, peace and respect to everybody in the chat. Much respect due Antisocial, Tay Eats, Realist, Miss V, DD. Much respect to everybody, man. Word, yo, I'm listening to your session, man, and I appreciate hearing it. And man, look, I appreciate all the knowledge and information you put out there. You know what I mean? Um, us being grown men, we have to come together and set example of how we should communicate with one another and speak to one another. You know what I mean? Without getting in our feelings or being too emotional. You know, like even if you was to speak about something that I don't even understand, I'll actually do the research and try to get a better understanding of what you mean when you said what you said. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel good coming over here and communicating and just doing what I'm doing over here. You know what I mean? And just showing you endless love, man. Because you know what I mean. You deserve a good brother, and that's how it should be.
Man, I'm humble, bro, because like I said, I believe I don't even want to use iron or steel or none of that. It's just when two megalithic forces come together, brother, they can create an even bigger, greater force. And I feel like that's what happens when you hit the panel, when Daddy hit the panel. You know, when the men come up here and we can be in our masculinity and still bring the information to the people, it just shows to me that it's not the fact that either one has to bow down or no, it's just you got two men up here spitting game. You know, that's power. And that can be scary to a lot of people too, especially see two people like us on the same board being able to have conversation. That's how shit get done. You know.
Major facts. Yeah, it can be intimidating, especially when you got two men who may have two different life experiences and may have, one's on the east, one's on the west. You know what I mean? But it's just that whole thought process of certain experiences that I may have had, that you may have had, that connects us. You know what I mean? And we build off that aspect instead of, worrying about who's right or who's wrong, or, like you said earlier, about somebody being older. You got some people who are older but really don't know much because they're too busy trying to live that young life and they're trying to fit in with the
Mm-hmm.
young. Then you got the younger people who don't want to fit in with the younger crowd. They rather stick with the older, mature thinking crowd. So that separation all goes back to knowing yourself and understanding who you are individually. And that's where I stand from. When like the books, a lot of books I study, I read, but I don't read them as if they're a novel. I read them as if they're a tool, and I take certain aspects of certain books that I read. I study different things. I don't just stick to one thing. I go from dark psychology to spirituality to, you just name it, self-help books, and these are all informative things, especially when you're not around people who can consistently speak the way that you do and the way Blended Healing does and so many others. You guys are great coaches to me, and I appreciate you dearly for that, because in my personal life, I have my daughters and my son right now, so I'm not trying to be too loud because they're sleeping. But to have you guys on this app here to speak the way that you speak, it resonates with me, but it also encourages me to take my studying and my acknowledgement to a whole new level, not just sticking dormant. Because if I was to deal with the people locally to me, it would be the same repetitive thing of just working and not thinking about anything else and maybe getting into the streets and who's doing what to who and the gossip. So I appreciate that separation, you know, from me being an individual and connecting with other individuals who share the same similarities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Like I just remember the first time you hit the panel, I was like, okay, great. this is somebody I can just talk to. Like, I can just, you know what I'm saying? Like I can talk about some crazy stuff. He said a cult. That's one of my favorite words. Like we can talk. Like, so I got excited. So I appreciate that too, bro. And I know what you're saying, like minded. And I did a show on how men should talk to men. I might have to chop that up. I don't even know what I said in that show, but I'm definitely because I think that should be revisited. Um, because it is like with me, man. Like I said, I try to give everyone. I give you respect, but if I can't give it to you, then I don't want to be around.
Facts.
You.
Major facts.
Um, so I'm gonna give it to you. Um, so I'm always like, especially when it comes to men, like I don't try to test manhood or none of that. Like I ain't about to call no man out his name or none of that stuff. That's kids to me. Like I grew up around men. Like it resonated with me when you said you have some young people, put themselves around. Oh, I've been around older people my whole life.
Hmm.
From my grandmother raising me, I was around my uncles and my grandmother. And then when I moved to Detroit, I was around my stepdad and his people. So I was always around older people. So it was different ways I had to conduct myself at a young age. So that kind of stuck with me. So I learned how to talk to men when I was a boy, going into manhood. I learned how to communicate with other men. And one of the things my uncle always told me is never test a manhood, no matter if you bigger or smaller or got more tools than him. I ain't gonna say the other word. Never test another man. That's what he told me.
It's good information, man. It's good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. And that's what we need. We need more brothers, even sisters too. I'm not just going to hold it to us. You know what I mean? We got some great sisters out there that put it down. You know what I mean? And it makes things more understandable, but it separates everything. You know what I mean? Because like I said,
Mm-hmm.
these networks, they can be used for so many things. But we choose to use them to inform each other, to educate each other, to speak life, as you notoriously say, speak life into things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where others take it as an entertainment value. And of course, they're going to push the market of the entertainment value. Ain't got to go into details about that. But that's why these gatherings, to me personally, are something special. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that I continue to be the best that I can be and speak life and to also resonate and contribute in a good manner of speaking and delivering a message the same way that you do for me. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that, brother. And that's why I say I always get excited when you hit the panel because I know the sauce is coming. I know it's coming. And just the intent, man. Your good heart, like these are things that I just feel like you said, I know they will push the entertainment. But I see so like I was listening to man, if you heard Brother Ray last night and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, there's only 4 people in here. People really need to hear it. This brother is spilling his heart out. He's just telling the truth, like his truth, but he's making so many valid points and he's giving so much understanding and he's giving it his own unique way. And it's like, but people, I look and then I go back and scroll through, I see a couple channels, they on the BS and they got hundreds of people in it. And I'm like, this is the society we're in now, but it's okay because um, you don't want people who don't want the information because they become a distraction. So I'd rather have the low numbers and people value it, appreciate it, and they can utilize it.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, that's all you need. All you need is that small group. You know what I mean?
Uh,
As you say as well, we're not for everybody. The
yeah.
information is not for everybody. Now, some people will get it wrong in life because it comes to us all. At one point in our life, we tend to hit that, may I say, consciousness, because even that word is starting to become overrated. People are starting to saturate it and water it down to the point where it doesn't have a sensible value use of a term anymore. Hopefully I'm not saying too many big words trying to sound all intelligent or whatnot, but that's just how
No,
I
you good, bro. What up, Toot? Appreciate you, too. No, you
yeah.
good, brother. Go ahead and drop that song.
But I definitely, like I said, it's all you need is that small group, you know what I mean? And that small group starts to resonate with other people. That's why, again, when I speak a lot of times, and eventually I'm going to start doing something with my channel. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I'm just gradually getting myself together, doing my reading and stuff, and just trying to make time outside of my working environment, and trying to put things together on my end. But I do try to beat the drum when it comes to knowledge of self and getting to know oneself, because when you do that, that's when you will find God. You know what I mean? And everybody has their own different aspects. And I don't bang against anybody when it comes to religious or whatever it may be. You have what you have, just like you said. As long as it makes you a good individual and you can manifest that to others, you're on a good track. And that's what you're supposed to do in a spiritual aspect. But religion is more based on behavioral. You know what I mean? You behave in a certain manner, you conduct yourself in an orderly fashion, as if as if the Bible was written, the Quran was written, and so forth, so forth. But when it comes to knowing self, that's something that I beat the drum for, and that's even something that I teach to my children. And a lot of people think, well, you're trying to say that you should be on your own and you can do it on your own and you can do this. I'm not saying that. It's two different concepts. Doing the work that you need to do is something you have to do on your own, but you automatically connect with like-minded individuals on that journey as you do the work within yourself. And this is coming from somebody at one time who wanted to be a part of a group, who got myself involved in trying to fit in and not having that knowledge of me and loving me. I went based off of what others saw in me. Now I see things differently. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I don't know if I was echoing, bro. But that's what I was telling people. Like, I practice this. Like, I practice a lot of the different religions. Like, I lived it, practiced it. So it's just a different understanding you get when you apply things. And that's why I don't knock it. I still use a lot of it. I mean, I don't knock nothing that's good. You take what's useful, use it, and what ain't, leave it at the table. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Major facts. Major facts. Take what works for you and whatever doesn't work. Just like going at a buffet, and I like using this term a lot too. It's like getting up and going to a buffet. There's so many options. Instead of a person taking a plate and just taking what looks good to them at the moment and we could fit on that plate, they rather walk with 4 or 5 plates and try to get everything on the menu and then try to walk to the table and not try to spill everything, versus somebody who can just take one plate, get what they need, sit down, and get up and go for seconds. So it's all based on how an individual takes things. You can try to cram everything into one, and then that's when you end up hurting yourself. Or you can take your time and gradually go about getting things and taking the necessary steps to progress yourself. But it took a lot of trial for me to get where I am. Go ahead, good brother.
And that's why I say, like, patience. That's one of the discussions we're going to have too. People, I laugh at stuff. People say I teach common. I'm a common sense teacher now. I want to start calling myself. I'm about to coin that shit. They say I teach common sense. Like, yeah, well, maybe people will use it there. We will talk about the benefits of patience. Because like, when I truly learned patience, man, my life changed. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, when I fully understood patience, like, the benefits of patience, what you can actually do, like, you can use patience to cultivate yourself. So patience is and it's something I look forward to exploring. It's time to use it. Like, I indulge in patience.
Yeah. As they say, patience is a virtue, and that it is. You know what I'm saying? Just having that patience, especially when it comes to getting to know who you are individually. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have
Mm-hmm.
to be yourself versus other people. You know what I mean? Because there's always expectations. People expect this, people expect that. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. Nothing wrong with having expectations, you know what I'm saying, in certain things. But you have to start with yourself, and you have to start with executing what you need to execute as far as your traumas and whatever situations that you may develop throughout your years of experience and growth. You have to level up. Just like a seed, when you plant the seed in the ground, it grows in that darkness. But it takes time for that seed to manifest itself and take its time, or take its necessary steps, I'll say, to develop itself throughout the different soils and the different dirt. Therefore, it blossoms. You know what I mean? So, and these are just things that I started to pick up on maybe a couple years ago. You know what I mean? When I was in at the bottom, when I was going through a lot of traumas and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Brother, I did a show about the exact same thing you was talking about with the seed, how it breaks through the dirt through adversity. I use it to explain adversity though, but that was dope. You said we're gonna have to delineate. We're gonna have to do a part two because I like your breakdown of that. Like how you
No
explain
doubt.
it. See, this is what I'm saying. We can take the same understandings and draw different solutions and conclusions out of it. That's why it's important to embrace other people's perspectives at times.
Hmm.
Most of the time, I say.
That's right. That's what it's all about, man. Just being adults, grown individuals, and coming together and just speaking. Even if it's something we don't agree on, you know what I'm saying? At least be considerate. And that's something I really don't hear people say, that they're going to say, well, I consider doing the research and understanding why you said that, instead of just throwing the water out, throwing the bathwater out with the baby in it. You know what I'm saying? You actually want to try different things. And that's the idea. You want to try and experiment different things instead of just being closed minded. You know, that's why I usually like to throw that word at you word sometimes about that every day that you live, the day that you don't learn something is the day you truly don't live. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the concept. You know what I mean? You have to learn every day, dedicate yourself to learn something, whether it's something that you eat, something that you drink, something that you watch, a book that you read, the way that you maybe breathe, the way that you maybe move. You're using your right arm, try to lose your left arm. It's everything is an experiment. You know what I mean? And you're a scientist. Your job is to do that research and to study yourself. You know what I mean? And then you encourage others to do the same. Now you have a community of thinkers blossoming, same way that seed blossomed out the ground. The idea is to get the community to think for yourself. You know what I mean? And that's
Definitely.
what I'm at.
I'm sorry, brother. What was you saying? No, I was concurring.
Well, I was
Strength.
just saying that. Okay, were you going to say, brother?
I was just gonna say, what up, though? Strength from within. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Go
Okay.
ahead, brother. Finish building. You was cooking, brother. I don't want to stop the flames, brother.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. No, like I said, it's the idea for me is just to have a community of thinkers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to act as if I'm some teacher or something, or I'm some high scholar. I'm a student, you know what I mean? I don't have an ego to where it's like I know everything, so shut up and listen to me. No, I'm a student. Learn from every damn thing. I can go outside and learn something from a rock. You know what I mean? I can learn from a
Mm-hmm.
rock patient. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Have the patience of a rock. Yeah. Hey.
don't
And bro,
mind, bro.
and that's what I be telling people, bro. Like I'm a constant learner, man. I'm a forever be learning until I'm not here no more.
That's
So it's always something I can pick up from somebody or something. So I listen, even in negativity, I find things. I get understanding and clarity, even when I, observe things that may be looked upon as negative. I learn things from it. So even if it's what not to do, I get better clarity on why not to do certain things.
that's right. That's
So
right.
I look for opportunity. I think that's the thing too. I don't know who said it, but somebody said it. We was having a conversation, and they said it's sad that people think because they're not in an institution of learning that they're not supposed to learn. And I'm like, that's fire, bro. Like
That is
I forgot who said it, but I remember having the conversation, and I'm like, I'm pushing that because I think that need to be validated on uh,
mhm,
just on a conscious level. Like,
mhm.
we say that all the time, learn, learn, learn. But when you look at the process, most people stop learning because they ain't in the institute, because they not in they don't feel like they in school no more. So learning stop. No, this is a constant thing that occurs, in life. That's why we listen to the elders.
Facts. Major facts. And something else that limits people from learning is fear. You know what I mean? Certain
Mm-hmm.
things they're taught to be afraid of, therefore they won't even entertain the thoughts of looking at certain books or speaking to certain individuals because of the fear. You know what I mean? Whether religious background or whatever it may be. Or maybe one of the elders telling them, don't do this, don't do that. And it meant for good reason. But sometimes you have to go and do your own experiment and see exactly what you can get out of it.
Um,
You know what I mean?
who-
So
who-
fear is another thing, brother.
we was on, I believe we was on Anti's panel the other day, and we was talking about like the things of the past, and I was saying I look at it as I learn from, it, I learn from the past and I incorporate the information I have now. It makes me aware and I understand that certain things exist, but you still have to convert that information over to make it work for modern times for you, and a lot of times people just try to follow that blueprint, not really observing if it worked for them or not. And fear is when you said fear, that hit hard because my understanding of fear is lack of knowledge. Me personally, like in my own personal life, I only fear things when I didn't know. Even things that are bad for me, once I understood why they were bad, I didn't fear it. I just knew it was bad and don't do it. There wasn't no fear there though, you know. The fear came from me not knowing. So I associated fear with lack of knowledge. And that's why I began to seek information and to understand. And I live fearless life. Like I don't really truly fear anything. Um, so that's how it worked for me personally. Fear was just simply lack of knowledge, me not knowing.
I agree. I totally agree. That right there can definitely be an aspect of fear, of not knowing. But then you also have the aspect of where people have been putting blockage on. So they've been prevented, or yeah, I could just say I'll go prevented from going further and knowing what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
me, I get into demonology. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Baphomet and you name it, I study these things. I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not out here doing all the crazy stuff that they say because that's all stereotypes, especially when you look in the information itself and you start to see what it stands for and what it symbolizes. And it's not representing a deity or praising a goat. It's
Mm-hmm.
understanding all of this is inside of you. You know,
Yeah, just the
we all
complete
have,
man, actually. Both of them even translate to the complete one, the complete man. So
there you
just
go.
learning the etymology of the word, the construction of, if you even look, um, like, why do Baphomet have breasts? The breast is to nurture. That's the representation of nurture. Like they,
Hmm.
they did pervert it. They perverted it. Like a lot of different things are perverted, but Baphomet wasn't even the origin of Baphomet. It wasn't nothing demonic about it. Then in the medieval times, they associated it with devil worshiping, and that's how Baphomet became a representation of the devil. But it was actually came from African culture. You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And these are things that people are afraid of. You know what I mean? We were taught either as coming from an elder or coming from a religious background that maybe was forced on an individual to not understand these concepts or even study them or even get an understanding. This is why I appreciate elders like Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine's. We already know about Phil, you know what I mean? The great
mhm,
Phil and Brother Panic. These brothers, they caught me in a moment where I was completely lost. And I started to listen to these brothers and take in their lectures and pick up the books that they mentioned just so I can get further information, not to recite and do what they do, but to have my own concept, you know?
mhm, mhm,
And that's something that a lot of us, we need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's something that
and-
we in the community. Like my daughters and my son, I teach them constantly, keep your imagination fresh, love who you are, be who you are and as an individual. You know what I'm saying? I love you, not just because I'm your dad. I love you because you love you.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying? And these are the words that I speak to my daughters and my son. you know. So yeah, that's my stance, man. That's my stance, good brother.
And you already know is welcome here. And I appreciate different perspectives, different understandings, um, because it's just more information. And what I say might resonate with people. What you say will resonate with people.
Mhm.
So that's just more people we can reach. I love meeting people willing to be complimentary, especially when it comes to information. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know everything, because I don't. I don't know half of what what the information in the world is. I don't know 10% probably, but I know some stuff, and I'm willing to share that. And I appreciate other people coming up willing to share, what they know, because that's how we figure things out, and that's how we learn. Everybody ain't gonna have time to research psychology. Well, I did, so I'm gonna spit that aspect of it. I dabbled in philosophy. I'm gonna spit that aspect of religion, spiritual, anything that can help us become better individually. That's my mission. That's who I am.
That's right.
So when I have the opportunity to have discussions with people who have information and we can build and give the information to people, I'm gonna keep taking these opportunities and relishing in them, because that's my contribution. I look at it like this, man. If people come on here and get paid for entertainment and all the BS, why can't we come on here and get paid for doing something positive?
Major facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not taking money from the people, but the information, if it's beneficial, they spend time watching it, listening to it. We can get paid from that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's the opportunity, and if people want to donate, then they donate. But ultimately, I look for the view. I understand how important that is, and as long as I'm putting the right information out there, somebody will watch it. It might take time for them to get hip to it, but it's gonna happen. So that's why I kind of changed everything up, because being responsible, getting outside perspectives, because I'm just up here running the show. So if you look at some of my older shows, sometimes I went off topic. Sometimes, so just getting help to structure that better, so I can deliver a better product to people that they want to support. I'm trying. And I'm doing it with purpose, and I'm doing it intentionally. So some things may look different, but it's for the better of not just me, but the people who rock out with me. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That I can potentially, if I can reach, the more people I can reach, the more people I can introduce to the people around me, because we all get good messages. So if I can use whatever I got to get the good brothers and sisters heard, that's my goal, you know. But,
Right.
some people understand it, some people don't, but that's what we're doing over here, So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Job. You're doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I tune in as much as I can and just try to take in what you say, and try to put my own perspective on things, because that's what you're supposed to do. One thing that I don't agree with is lead not to your own understanding. You have to have your own understanding of things. That's the only way that you're going to get the concept, is breaking it down in terms that you get it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I can't give you enough praise, man, on your end, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate, bro. I'm gonna keep. Hey, bro, this the flow. We gonna build one another. But we doing it for the right reasons too. We ain't over here trauma bonding and nothing like that. We are informational bonding though. So, but we doing it
Right.
with intent to do the right thing. So, we go blow up. We all go blow up, man. We go make it. That ain't so. But right now, I'm just using this time for preparation. We definitely go blow up. That's
I'm
inevitable.
definitely looking forward to it, man. But I'm gonna hop down. Keep doing your thing, word. Appreciate you, and much respect due to the 9% solutionaries out there. And just keep doing your thing, man. No doubt.
Definitely, brother. We the solution. We gonna keep putting this information out, and like I said, we gonna pump it out. We gonna pump so much that when the people finally find it, they just gonna start binge watching, like they watching Walking Dead or something.
Salute. Much respect to you on that one. Much respect to you on that one. All right, good
Good
brother.
deal. Have a
Peace.
good one, brother. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate you again. Shout out to Mr. West in the building. Hey,
Sir.
who was that? Strength from within. That's Mr. West, man. That's our brother, man. We gonna get brother Gary up here one day. Get brother Realize. We got some bad brothers over here, man. There's some bad brothers over here. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me, man. I was hoping, I was wishing, and I was praying. You know, Real's been holding it down by himself since he been coming around. Real's been the day one bro. He been holding me down. But we finally got some other brothers over here who hold us down too. So we appreciate it. You know, the ladies always represented over here. You know, shout out to all the women, especially the women in the 9%, the women in the winning team. You know, my sister Eats, Antisocial, Miss V, Lisa J Stocks. Appreciate y'all, man. Dee Dee, shout out to Dee Dee. You know, Dee Dee been a part of this since I've been going live too. So I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, we gonna take off, y'all. So buckle up, like Miss V always say, buckle up, baby. We taking off. We gonna have some more good conversation. We gonna create content that people want to support. You know, we appreciate you liking us, but we want you to like the content. That's what we want you to like. We want to make content so valuable that you want to support it, and that's our goal. We find new ways to do it, and patience. You know, patience is a virtue. So it's other things we working on. You know, Tay said I can't talk no more. She told me to shut up, so I ain't gonna talk. But definitely appreciate you rocking out. And like I said, if y'all want to talk about something, definitely you can hit me up in the comments. You can hit me up on IG. You can hit me up on the email. I'm open to talk about different things. Leticia, shout out to her. We gonna do the show tomorrow. We gonna delineate on forgive but not forget. You know, so we gonna talk about forgiveness tomorrow. You know, I did a show on it a while back, but we go revisit that and talk about that. So yeah, definitely. If it's a topic or subject, you know, I talk psychology, I talk philosophy, I talk religion, spirituality. So you know, those are my forte. Personal development. You know, that's what I talk about. So anything in that realm, and if I don't know it, there's probably some people in the chat right now who do know it. We got a YouTube specialist. If you got a YouTube channel and you want to know how to get things going, if you want to understand how I got to where I got to in a year's time, definitely link up with Miss V. You know, she got the winning team over there. The whole 9% is part of the winning team. Why? Because we want to win. We joined the right team to do that. You know, Miss V got these challenges going on, especially if you're a newer YouTuber. The challenges not only get you inspired, but it helps build healthy YouTube practices. You know, doing shorts, understanding the different algorithms, creating a time where you can go consistently. If it's 1, 2, 3 times a week, building those good habits is producing ways to be successful in doing this YouTube thing. It's not easy. You got to put work in. And we got the right person to make sure you're on track. So shout out Miss V. Make sure y'all get over there and check her out. James, what up, though? Appreciate you. You came right in when we was about to dip. But yeah, that's what we doing, man. So I appreciate everybody rocking out. We'll be back tomorrow with that show. But until then, y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are the conversations to build nation. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until tomorrow, we out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just wrote an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Stay